Hi, everybody! Today is What's in the Box! It is Tuesday, August 11th, and hopefully everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Be prepared for rain again this afternoon if you're in the immediate watching area. Otherwise, you do you, man. It's Tuesday. It is very much a Tuesday. Like I said, what's in the box, man? Hopefully you had a good weekend. This weekend, specifically August 16th, is going to be Knights Hall in Indianapolis. Make sure you have this on your calendar. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this show. There's been a bit of a lull in shows the last few weeks, and people seem to be jonesing for them. And then next weekend, the following weekend, which I believe is the 21st and 22nd, or the 22nd and 23rd, something like that. That weekend, we have Lafayette Comic-Con in beautiful Lafayette, Indiana, which is going to be at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds. And then we have the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo the very next day in Bloomington, Indiana. And both of those shows are knockout shows. That's gonna be a fun weekend. It's gonna be a full weekend, but it's gonna be a fun weekend for sure. I would recommend coming and seeing me in Lafayette, because if you wait until you see me in Bloomington, who knows what you're gonna miss out on? Who knows? I want all of you to take your hands, put them together, and pray with me to the comic book gods, that I, the beard of comics, is able to procure something. That's your teaser. Mr. Langley, you know, because I told you last night about what was going on. Could be something quite interesting, excellent, coming down my way, and then in tandem your way. It goes through the bearded filter here, and then makes its way to your hands. So could be quite interesting. Fingers crossed. Pray to the comic book gods. All hail Kevin Smith to allow this thing to happen. I don't know if he's a comic book god. That was just the first name that popped in there. We could throw Mr. Lee and Ditko and Kirby and those founding fathers. Bob Kane, Mr. Schuler, and so forth. Maybe even Mr. Shooter, if you want to throw him in there. I'm actually kind of curious. Who would be your comic book gods? If you're watching this, comment who you think the comic book gods are. I mean, I think Stan and Kirby would definitely be up there. Again, Schuler and Bob Kane being up there. But who else? Who else would you include? Can't be living. So you can't throw McFarlane or Lee or Liefeld or any of those guys in there. Lee and McFarlane, I believe, both have a seat waiting for them at the Comic God table once it's their time. But let's hope that that's not for a long time. Hopefully Kirby and Lee can bless them to stay on this earth a little bit longer. Anyway, I'm ranting. Today I got a long box full of goodies here and a stack of slabs that you do not want to miss out on. There are some beautiful, beautiful books in here. Some of them will be for sale. Some of them I just want to show off because why not? Customers, sending their stuff off to get graded, and then it's making their way back into my hands. So I'm sure they will be excited to see that stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the box of goodies here. I dug out a stack of Wonder Woman stuff. This is going to be the late 80s, early 90s items. This is number 281 to kind of give you an idea. There are some dupes in here, which is always nice to have dupes sitting around, just because it allows multiple people to get books that they are needing to get their hands on. I will also tell you this weekend at Knights Hall, I am planning on bringing dollar books to the show. Maybe some bulk items. There might be a box or two, but I'm primarily going to bring dollar books to the show and try to offload those. And then I'm also, I always bring good stuff with me as well. So some of the books you'll see here, the slabs and so forth, will be at the show if they don't get gobbled up before then. I've had some very hungry customers lately snatching hard-to-find books and building their collection, which is, that's awesome. I'm super happy to have, new customers and people really taking the hobby seriously. And their collection is going to be amazing. It really will be. Stack of Daredevil. So you got the early Daredevils there. Cool Punisher book crossover. There's a cool Spider-Man book crossover. This is kind of a hard-to-find book, kind of later in the series. This is number 365 of the Volume 1 run. There's a Volume 2, Volume 5, I believe, Volume 6 or 7 here. This is when Elektra takes over as Daredevil. There's the first appearance of her in this run. I do not have the first appearance here, but it is in this series if you're looking for it. So see, there's Elektra as Daredevil. And then a cool Daredevil Echo crossover books in here as well, number 1 and number 2. So some cool Daredevil stuff, Never know. You never know. Excuse me. How about some Iron Man? I know my Iron Man was running a little low. Early number here is 50. There's a 55 Marvel Master Edition, Masterworks Edition, or Milestone Edition. Marvel Milestone Edition. First appearance of Thanos. So that's a cool book. And then number 123, and then we kind of go up beyond that. So if you're looking for stuff in the 150s, 200s of Iron Man, there is a chunk here. There's Madam Mask making a cover appearance there. Just keeps going. And then the ever classic 25th anniversary cover of Iron Man. A lot of people look for those. The Marvel ones, your big titles are kind of easy to find. X Factor, Iron Man, Thor, those are fairly easy to come by. X-Men Classic is a little more difficult to find, the Storm cover, but a lot of people look for Ewoks and Alf, Muppet Babies, Heathcliff. Those things are near impossible to find just because they're so low print run. Here's Fantastic Four. That's the first cameo of Nathan Richards, which turns out to be Reed Richards' dad. Classic thing where Wolverine cuts his face. There's some annuals. It's a little... As humid as it is, it's dry in the building here. I did turn the AC on a little early to get it cooler because it's muggy out there. It's like early 1920 Chicago. It's a little muggy. Let's see. Just a bunch of random stuff in here. I guess we can kind of go with an X-Men theme. There's a lot of kind of X-Men titles here that aren't necessarily concurrent with each other, but they represent the X-Men regardless. So Weapon X, That was a book focusing on, obviously, the Weapon X guys, Sabretooth, Maverick, Wolverine, Deadpool, I believe all make an appearance. That's the Trial of Gambit, right before 350, which is a big number. Reprint of Giant Size X-Men 1, which is always a good book. X-Force, there's a What If Kazar, a couple Kazars, older Kazars. Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine. That's some of the later issues, and then X-Men Blue, when they, mid-2000s, or late 2000s, I guess, they kind of tried to revamp the X-Men by doing blue and gold and stuff again. The gold one had a big no-no in it, at least from the Marvel perspective, which you can research on your own. Age of Apocalypse stuff. So Excalibur, Generation Next, Gambit and the Externals, Factor X, rather, Astonishing X-Men, and then Weapon X. So again, if you are looking for Age of Apocalypse stuff, there's a good chunk of things here. I know that obviously with X-Men 97, Apocalypse is kind of a big topic. By the way, you guys ready for the season finale tomorrow? Oh my God. I actually woke up this morning and was like, it's today. And then I was like, wait, it's Tuesday. Damn it. Never mind. Never you mind. How about a handful of sensational She-Hulks? I've been getting asked for this series a lot lately. Of course, everybody wants the beach ball cover or the jump rope cover, which are both kind of hard to find and very pricey for that matter. But I get asked for those books constantly, which I think is kind of funny, you know. God, this box is just full of odds and ends. There's Masters of Kung Fu, some of the 90s Ghost Rider stuff, Punisher War Journal, Punisher War Zone. Here's a couple Fables. You know, here's number 8 and number 88 of Fables. So, you know, if you're a Fables reader, that could be something that you're looking into. Logan's Run, number 1. Let's see, Kid Colt. How about A World's Unknown? Another series that I get asked for constantly is Man Thing. I literally found one Man Thing in a box, so I pulled it out. Here's a fun little series. I'll bundle this up later today, but Fury. So focus on Nick Fury. This is a 6-issue series. All 6 issues are here, obviously. But some funky Cole Medina Fury stuff, if you will. Let's see. There's a few sealed Loot Crate specials. Giant Size Captain Marvel, number 1. Let's see. Marvel Premiere featuring Satana, 27, and then 29. There's a Sheena number 1, ROM Annual number 1, Rawhide Kid number 1, 2001 Space Odyssey number 1. This was just kind of this was just a random box that I pulled off the shelf. This was everything that was inside it. And so, when you guys are seeing my videos, and I have like collections and runs of stuff, that's me trying to put stuff together as I go through boxes. If I see a few boxes that have similar titles or similar issues in them, I'll try to piece them together and create a long box. That way it's all one series or, what have you. This box, I clearly did not do that. Literally just took it off the shelf and sat down and did it. It's fun when you kind of just do random things because it keeps it interesting as you're going through it. Tomb Raider, that's a Joe Jusko number 0, I believe. Special limited edition Prelude, fully painted artwork by Joe Jusko. That's a pretty cool book. And then a couple Journeys issues. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft specifically, is going to be making some appearances in G.I. Joe. making a crossover there. I know that she's on an upcoming cover. That's going to be a big deal. And I know that's kind of spiked some interest in Tomb Raider stuff. So if that is your forte, I got a bunch of Tomb Raider. How about Crystar #1? 2 copies of that. There's a cute Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a Loot Crate special. #1, decorating the Groot tree. How about Giant Size Defenders #2? There's a Killmonger #1. This is a fun book. Kazar #13. That is a Jim Lee cover. So if you are a Jim Lee artwork collector, that's one of those obscure ones you don't really see. It's like Todd McFarlane doing Flaming Carrot. I believe it was #3 or something like that on that one. It's the only Todd McFarlane Turtles that's been published that I am aware of, at least as of last year. So unless he's done something recently, that's about the only thing that I can think of that he's ever done. Couple random Witchblades. This is fun. Mars Attacks Image #2, 3, and 4. So don't have the #1 there. So want. And then this was kind of cool. You guys know I'm a sucker for black and white. When they relaunched G.I. Joe American Hero, kind of putting more energy into it, I should say. They did these black and white covers. So this is number 301, 302, 303, and so forth. If you are a fan of G.I. Joe, if you like black and white covers or variant covers, this is pretty cool. A nice little chunk. If you want all of them, I'll even bundle them all together for you, give you a bundle price, because that's a cool little collection. And then, let's see, what's final rounded out here. So here's Thor. Here's a chunk of Thor. So this is number 258, and then all these go up from there, obviously. But again, if you're a Thor fan, looking for Thor stuff, there's a cool Hela cover. And then you're getting into different volumes, different series here. Yeah, different variant covers. Yeah. And then Secret Avengers, that's just a really cool, or New Avengers rather, cool cover, right? Luke Cage, Captain America, and Spider-Man on the cover of that one. Some older Captain Americas here. And then a couple of Avengers. That one's a sought-after one. That's a first appearance of Chthon. Hard to find. That one skyrocketed when the Agatha Harkness series started up, because that has a big, a big to-do with that kind of subject matter. Can't remember exactly what it was. I don't remember if Chthon was one of the dark entities or incarnations of Agatha or whatnot, but there was a little bit of crossover with that. So just something to consider. If you're into dark magic and those kinds of things. You sit at home and play with your Ouija board at night. I'm not going to judge. I don't care. You can open all the kinds of doorways to darkness that you want. Not going to judge. That's not my forte. You sit in your underwear, draw pentagrams on your chest and forehead, do bloodletting to yourself or whatever barnyard animal that you choose. Again, those are decisions that you make. Not going to judge. No. Won't do it. Not going to do it. Nope, not going to do it. It's not a plan. Not the way we're going to go. How about some slabs? How about some things? Let's start with some bigger books first before we get to the slabs. So the stuff that I found going through the box, another Spawn #1. I think I have like 4 or 5 copies of this right now. So if you're a Spawn fan, I got you covered. I believe I even have a direct edition, or excuse me, a newsstand copy here as well, which those are hard to find. Those you don't really come across too much. So that's going to be the more rare pick out of my inventory right now. This was a bit of a surprise. Wonder Woman number 72. They are actually reprinting this issue as a facsimile, which I was not privy to even prior to finding this. I actually found this, slabbed it, or excuse me, put it in a top loader, priced it and so forth, and then was doing my ordering, and then found out they're actually going to be doing a facsimile of this. This is the retelling of Wonder Woman's origin, kind of a classic cover, in addition to the story being told. Quite surprised by how much that goes for. That was a nice little piece of candy. And then this one came in, Amazing Spider-Man 361, mid-grade book, makes it affordable. So if you are in dire need of filling a hole at the 361, first appearance of Carnage, I got you. This is a nice affordable copy. I did sell my graded 9/8. So, you know, if you're looking for something to grow from, can't choose that. Got to go with the hole filler for right now. Okay, and then, so slabs. This one is not for sale. N-O-T, not for sale. This is Ninja Turtle Shredder number 1. This is the Sleeping Giant Mutant City comic. Jang Foil edition. Super cool, super beautiful book. That is a Hulk 340 homage. 9/8. 9/8. Can't beat it. And then speaking of homage, how about the real Hulk 340? This is not for sale. This, again, is going to a customer of mine that brought it in and got it graded. So a nice, crispy 8.5 for a Hulk 340. Cannot beat that. Even got the Wolverine custom label on it. So that's pretty cool. And then, again, going with homage covers, how about the G.I. Joe Special number 1? This is a Todd McFarlane cover, so you don't really see McFarlane doing his stuff too much, or it's not him that did it, I should say. It is a, or no, it is. Yeah, then where's his signature? Where is it at? It's not on there. You got a spider. You got the spider on there. Todd McFarlane and Mark Nelson art. Phil Gossier and Scott Koblish cover. So there you go. So McFarlane's in there, but not the cover art. But they did homage the Spider-Man number 1 crouching position. So this is a hard book to find. Not one that you come across very often. 7.5 on it. This one will be for sale. This is for sale. So that's cool. Again, something we had submitted through a customer, so this is not for sale. Mr. Stuart Sager did the Red Sonja Reborn number 6 here, cover B specifically, but you can see his nice signature there at the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. Just an absolute gem of a cover. I told everybody when that book came out, I was like, get yourself a copy of that, and then have Stuart sign it, because that's cool. I mean, that's a very cool book. Very cool book. This one is mine. Those of you that joined me at Muncie Comic-Con this year may remember a gentleman there by the name of Tony Moore. He was most notable for his work on Walking Dead, but has done art forever elsewhere. Specifically, this guy. This is Venom number 2. I believe this is maybe a volume. I think it's volume 2. I could be wrong on that. It could be a volume 1. I don't remember when he got his own. I mean, he's had all the mini-series, but I think this might actually be his. This might be his first actual run. Anyway, I've had this in my collection forever. Venom number 2, Spider-Man 300 homage cover. Notice Mr. Tony Moore's signature right there. That is a me book. That is a my my book, enhancing my collection furthermore. This one, I haven't decided whether I'm letting this one go yet, because number ones are, kind of hard to find. But this is Walking Dead Deluxe number 1, so this is the actual beginning of the color run of The Walking Dead, and Mr. Tony Moore got his artwork back out on the front cover. There is his signature right there in gold, but a beautiful 9/8 copy, again, coming out of my collection. So I haven't decided if that's going to go back into my collection or if it's going to go into the store, but we'll see. We'll see. If you're interested in it, maybe message me. We'll see. I'll talk about it. This one I am not letting go. This is one of my favorite all-time covers ever. It's beautifully gross, and I love the composition of it. It's very thought-provoking in a way. But Walking Dead number 9, again, Mr. Tony Moore signature right there. You are looking at the reflection in Rick inside of a zombie eyeball. And I actually have an art print of this in storage somewhere. And I know that hurts to say. That hurts to say. It's in freaking storage. But when you have so much cool stuff, it's hard. It's hard to put it out there. This one is a customer of mine. We are in talks and negotiations for this. Doctor Strange number 1. This is like a classic, it is classic. Doctor Strange Classics number 1. So it's a reprint of Doctor Strange, but a 9/8 copy. And if you notice, let's zoom in right there by the, what does that say? By the hoary hosts of Haggoth. Signed by Mr. Stan Lee, 1983. Right? That's cool. That's cool. It's kind of a whatever book, let's be honest. Kind of a whatever book. But the fact that it is signed by Mr. Stan Lee with a nice little quote on it, that's cool. That is cool. Again, I'm trying to get my hands on it and see what happens. But, yeah, that's rad. And then... so let's go to this one. So again, here's a Walking Dead number 1. It's a WizardCon exclusive, Wizard World, but notice it is a Stuart Sager cover signed by Mr. Stuart Sager right there underneath the title, and then I got it signed by Tony Moore too. So, it's cool when you know people. But yeah, dual signed 9/8 copy, again, Stuart Sager cover, dual signed by Mr. Tony Moore. That one will be for sale. That one will be for sale. I want that to go to a good home, somebody that's going to love that book. I love that book, but I feel like somebody out there is going to love it more. Speaking of love, again, this is my book. I wanted to show it off. X-Men number 4. I got my copy graded, came back a 3.0. A little lower than what I would have hoped, but aftermarket staples, they hurt the book. A little bit of oily residue and stuff on the cover. You know what? I don't care. It is what it is. It's still a very pretty book. Not a lot of chipping, not a lot of wear. Just some minor imperfections that I can live with. And then, with the last minute of our video, the big book of them all, Invincible Iron Man number 8, custom Avengers label right there. Invincible Iron Man number 1, 8.0. Last sales for this are in the thousands of dollars in this condition. Super amazing book. So happy that it came through my doors. We've had a couple Iron Man number 1s here, but for one to be graded that high is awesome. Awesome. Anyway, that's the video. So if you have any questions, message me. We'll go forward from there. And then beyond that, have a good Tuesday. Again, pray to the comic book gods, and maybe I'll see you on the other side. I'll talk to you soon. Excelsior.